So today we're ranking every NBA's team's backcourt. Now, for those who don't know what a backcourt is, it is a starting shooting guard and a starting point guard for every team. Now, you have great backcourts like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and then you also have backcourts like Tre Jones and Josh Primo. Now, we put them in a tier list in this video, and we're going to rank all of them to see where they land. Let's hop into the video. So first, we're starting off with Luka Donic and Reggie Bullock. Now, Luka puts them in the S tier alone because Luka is the second best point guard in the NBA. And when you have that level of talent at your one, just put anyone at the two guard and you're going to have an elite level backcourt. So that's where the Mavs are going to stand with that. Next, we have Jalen Green and Kevin Porter. They're going to be able to score the ball. They're not going to really facilitate. They're not going to play a whole lot of defense. They're just going to give you a lot of buckets. And in terms of everyone else on this list, I do think Jalen Green is going to be a phenomenal scorer next season. I think he could average 25 points per game at his peak next season. But a lot of question marks around Kevin Porter, and then they're not going to give you any defense. So we're going to go C tier for those guys. Tre Jones and Josh Primo. I mean, this is probably going to be the worst team in the league, worst starting lineup in the league, and ultimately they're going to have the worst backcourt in the league. High upside for Josh Primo. Tre Jones is a pretty decent player, but don't really want them starting for you in 2023. Russell Westbrook, Austin Reeves. I probably should have put Pat Bev here, but I really like Austin Reeves' game, and I think he will start the game at the two guard for them, but I ultimately think Patrick Beverley's going to close. So this one's debatable. Honestly, you can put Lonnie Walker in there, you can put Dennis Schroeder in there, you can put, even Russell Westbrook is not a guaranteed to start. So these are so the Lakers in general, I'm just going to this is going to be mad disrespectful, but I honestly don't know who's going to start in their backcourt, and none of the options are ideal, so I'm going to put them at the D tier. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, S tier, both all-star players. Led the team, the Phoenix Suns, the first seed back-to-back years. Chris Paul might slow down a little bit, but Devin Booker is still in his prime, and they're going to be just fine, hopefully, with everything else going on in Phoenix. But I think, they're definitely an S tier backcourt, in my opinion. And I'm also a huge Suns fan, too. Well, I'm huge in watching them play. I really don't care about their success, but I love watching the Suns play. They move the ball so crisply, and that's because this backcourt, especially Chris Paul, can just pass the ball, and they know how to play offense. De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Herter. Fox is going to be pretty good for them this season. He could be an all-star this year, but he's fighting a lot of competition out there in the West. Kevin Herter could surprise us all and have a 17-point-per-game season, or he could also disappoint and average like 9 points a game. So this one's kind of a tough one, but I think I'm going to put him at the B tier. I think that's a reasonable backcourt. I think that's pretty good for them. Colin Sexton, Talen Horton-Tucker. Talen Horton-Tucker is a big question mark. Colin Sexton's shot efficiency is a big question mark. It's you don't, and these two playing together, they're both really ball dominant players, so I don't know how they're going to gel together. I don't think it's going to work. I think they're just going to throw both of them out there just so they can develop their game offensively and not try to win games. I'm going to put them at the D tier. Steph, Klay Thompson. Do I really have to say much here? Now, Klay Thompson, not really an all-star caliber player anymore. He might make the all-star team, but I don't know. A lot of competition out west, but you have the greatest point guard to ever play the game. Yes, I said it. You're going to have a terrific backcourt. So S tier for those guys. John Wall, Terrance Man. Now, this is one of those things with the Clippers that they could go Reggie Jackson, Norman Powell. They could go John Wall, Terrance Man. They can go John Wall, Rocco. They can go Reggie Jackson, Rocco. they got Luke Kennard. They got Amir Coffey. They got Brandon Ball. They got so many guys that they can throw in at that two guard alongside John Wall, Russell Westbrook. This was kind of just a toss-up for me. I think they're going to want Terrance Man to start the games for defense, but in terms of closing, all those guys that I just named could be the closing guy. Really not that great of a backcourt. I'm going to put them at the D tier, but they have so many options. I don't even think this is going to be their actual backcourt. Their like backcourt play as a whole is going to be a lot better than D tier, but in terms of these two guys, you don't really know what you can get out of John Wall, and hopefully Terrance Man can have an increased offensive role this year, but again, you don't really know. D'Lo and Ant, I'm throwing them at the A tier because Ant is really that guy. D'Lo, not so much. Not a huge D'Lo fan, But I think Ant could average 28 points per game next season. I just uploaded a video how I think he could potentially sneak into the MVP conversation. So I think A tier for them is where I like them to be. Shea and Josh Giddey, I'm going to put them... did I put them at the A tier as well? No. I'm going to put them at the B tier. Dame and Anthony Simons, are they an A tier backcourt? They might, or S tier. Are they S tier? To me, they're kind of like in between S and A. Like, I'd put them right there. I think I'm gonna leave. No, it's gonna mess up the board here. That's not what I want to do either. Yeah, okay, we're gonna put S and Anthony Simons at the S tier. Who did I just say? I don't know. It's late at night. Dame and Simons at the S tier. That's my final conclusion on that. Cole and Suggs. Another one of those D tier backcourts. Won't give you much defense. Suggs is a big question mark. Cole can give you 20 points a game. I don't know how high his ceiling is. That's where I'm gonna put them. I'm being really harsh in this video. I just realized that I got a lot of D tier guys. I did not expect me to swing this way. Beal puts him in the B tier alone. Monte Morris is one of the lower caliber point guards in the league, to say the least. Jamal Murray and KCP, I'm going to put them at the B tier as well. It really depends on how Jamal recovers from this ACL injury. Again, modern medicine is great. I think he's going to be just fine. It may take him up until January to see the Jamal Murray we saw like a year ago. And then KCP is a very good role player, good 3-and-D guy. Any team could benefit from being him on his team. Only if the Lakers had some guy like that. Moving on, Trae Young, Dejante Murray. See, if I put Dame and Ant at S, I feel like I got to put these two at S. Yeah, I'm definitely putting these two at S. I don't know why I even questioned that. It's going to be interesting watching these two play. I have high hopes that they can work together. I think Dejante is going to have to let go of a lot of the point guard duties. And if he can do that, I think they'll gel just fine. And I do have issues with Dejante's floor spacing, but they got some nice floor spacers on the team already. So hopefully that works. And that's going to be one of the more exciting teams to watch this season. Sorry, Suggs and Cole. Hopefully I have no more D tier guys. I think I'm going to put them at the B tier. I mean, Terry could possibly give you 18, 19 points a game next season. You got Lamelo, who's going to be an all-star next season. And if Lamelo can really step up offensively, get up to that 24, 23 points per game territory. Lowry and Tyler Herro. Again, you don't really know the starting lineup for this team quite yet. I have a feeling they're going to put Herro in there because I do feel like he deserved it. I know people give him some shit for, saying that he should be the starter, which I don't think he's wrong. I think he should be. But maybe it does work best for you to come off the bench. Either way, this is what I'm just going to have here for now. Lowry and Tyler Herro. I'm really slurring my words tonight, guys. I'm so sorry. Anyways, Lowry looks like a child in this photo I've made here. But I think we put them on the D tier, on the B tier. You have Kyle Lowry, good defensive player, really the head of that offense, can get the ball moving, get the offense rolling. But I do have big question marks going into his next couple seasons, especially next season, because he did not look good at the end of last season. I think we're starting to see the real downfall of Kyle Lowry. But Tyler Herro, hopefully he extends a little bit, gets up 22, 23 points a game, because that's honestly not a bad backcourt in my opinion. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, I'm so excited to watch this backcourt play. It's gonna be amazing to watch. They're gonna be on the S tier. James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, I'm gonna put them on the A tier. Maxey, probably gonna be all-star contention this season. You have James Harden, who's hopefully gonna be back to not Houston Harden, because that's out the window, but if he can put up 25 and 11 for them, that team is going to be ridiculous. So they're going to be on the A tier for me. B tier for Haliburton and Buddy Hield. Who knows if Buddy Hield is going to be on the roster right now? Is looking like he's going to be. And Tyrese Haliburton is a great facilitator, great shot maker. Can be a little passive on offense at times, but then when he's doing that, he's giving you 12 assists. So, if he's not scoring, he's helping the game in other ways. Good defender, good team rebounder. He's just a solid player. And that's a solid backcourt. You have Buddy Hield, who is probably going to end his career as one of the most 3-pointers made ever. And he's still got plenty of years to go. Tremendous shooter. You love to see that from Buddy Hield. Jrue Holiday, Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen really hurts him in this one. But Jrue is so elite, though. Okay, whatever. We're putting them at C tier. Jrue is an average offensive player, but his defense is way above average. But Grayson Allen is just really a spot-up shooter. But again, with Giannis and Middleton, you don't really worry too much about your backcourt. You got one guy in Jrue Holiday who's going to facilitate, score when he needs to, and lock up everybody else on the court. And Grayson Allen to hit the spot-up three when he's open. So that's not a bad game plan for them, and it worked for them 2 years ago. So it's the Bucks are going to be nasty again. Devontae Graham's going to be starting here. I'm actually going to just pretend that Devontae is Herb Jones and then CJ's playing the 1. So we're going to have Herb Jones and CJ McCollum as a B tier. Oh, I don't know if I'm liking this list, guys. I'm going to get flamed for this. This is not looking good. Smart and Jaylen Brown. Maybe being a homer here, maybe being biased. Brown, arguably one of the better shooting guards in the league. Let's see. Where would I rank Brown, all the guys in this list for the shooting guard? Like number 2 or 3. You got behind Dono, behind Devin Booker. Maybe behind CJ. I don't know. It's tough to really see. Fred VanLeet, Gary Trent, another B tier. Let me just plop them right here. Just pretend that these guys are in the B tier. Holding down a little bit. There we go. Lonzo, Zach Lavine. Who knows if Lonzo's even going to play this season. He's not starting out the season for them. But when he is healthy, I think this is an A-tier backcourt. You have 30 points per game-ish from Zach Lavine. You have great three-point shooting, playmaking, and defensive play from Lonzo. When this backcourt is healthy, definitely one of the better ones in the league. Kyrie and Seth Curry. I'm just going to put them in the A-tier because it's Kyrie. And Seth Curry has honestly made a very solid career for himself. One of the better three-point shooters in the league. A tier for that backcourt. Brunson, Fournier. I'm going to put him at the C tier. Brunson could be all-star caliber player this season. I think he could have a season where he averages like 22-6, 22-7. And Fournier is just a nice spot-up shooter. It can be kind of streaky at some points. So that's going to put him there. Ja Morant, Desmond Bane. This is probably the worst. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put him on the S tier because Ja Morant's really that dude, and Desmond Bane is probably going to average over 20 points per game for them next season. So that is my backcourt list. Do I want to make any changes? I feel like this list is kind of mid. Does like Cole and himself bring him up to the C tier? I don't think so. Because I'm not taking Cole and Suggs over Porter and Green, Holiday and Allen, or Brunson and Fournier. And then, again, this Clippers thing, you don't really know the Clippers. This backcourt could be interesting, but there's still too many question marks about it. Not that it really matters because they're just going to try to win 5 games at the most for the Jazz. Again, the Lakers, you have no idea if Westbrook's going to be starting, cut, traded, on the bench, in the coaching staff, sweeping floor. Like, you have no idea what Westbrook's going to be. And Austin Reeves, maybe it's Pat Bev, maybe it's Schroeder. I've been over this. Don't really know with them, so it's gonna be put a big question mark over that backcourt. And then this is gonna be the worst backcourt. I'm probably the worst team in the NBA competing with the Utah Jazz. So that is my backcourt. I think it's all right. I think I did a pretty decent job. Again, let me know down in the comments if you guys disagree. Just please comment down below. I love to hear you guys. I love to hear you guys' thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.